I wanted to talk about like getting through seasons. I've been going through a lot of seasons since I've started Thrive and started my journey. Get it together. Promoting. And I just like, this is how I'm going to start. So coming into this, I never really did like self-development. I listened to music that got me motivated and all that stuff, but really coming into this and learning how to do some self-development has really just helped me get through these seasons. And God, and God, first and foremost, and my baby girl have kept me strong. I practiced this too. I practiced it and I was like, yeah, I got this. Okay. So anyways, I have gone through my fair share of seasons since I've started, and I started in January, from struggling with the job that I was at. I started Lavelle and Thrive, first and foremost, because I wanted to get healthy. I wanted to lose the weight that I couldn't lose. I wanted to have more energy. That's why I started. I started promoting because I wanted to be at home with my baby girl. I didn't want to be stuck at a job that I hated and missing precious moments with her, because I missed her first steps. I missed her first role. So stuff like that. So, I mean, even before I started, I had seasons. So anyways, you know, from the job that I was at, from like getting sick and baby girl getting sick and having to get rushed to the emergency room in an ambulance was very hard. And that was a tough time for me to try and focus on my business and that. But, you know, I still did the things. My dad having to get rushed to the emergency room, and I'm in Louisiana, they're in Washington. You know, and I get a text message right before I'm supposed to go to work that he's getting rushed to the emergency room because he's having a heart attack. And my heart just like I didn't know what, like it just, I didn't know what to do. And I shut down. And then I'm currently going through some things I'm not ready to talk about yet, but it's been very tough. And you know, it's the devil, like, just, he knows that I've started something great. He knows that I'm doing something great for my family, and he knows that I'm doing something great for my baby girl. And I feel like, you know, I get through one thing and he comes at me with something else. But with that being said, I still show up. I still show up because, and it's so funny because you hear your why has to be more powerful than your excuses. And my why is more powerful than what the devil is throwing at me. My why is my baby girl, and my why will forever be my baby girl. I want this for her. I want to be at home with her. I'm at home with her now, but just because I'm at home with her now, that doesn't mean down the road that something might happen and I might not be at home with her. So I want to grow this into something where I can secure that I will be at home with her. And I know that, and I don't want to do anything to jeopardize that. And if I check out, that's jeopardizing that goal. And so, you know, we go through seasons and they just tear us down and they break us down, and we're like, how am I supposed to focus on my business? How am I supposed to do these posts? How am I supposed to talk about this promo? How am I supposed to do all this when I'm feeling so crappy? I'm trying to keep my words. When I'm feeling not worthy or not capable or not any of these things. But like, I just like really just want to let y'all know, because I know we're all going through something, or we all have gone through something, but like, you have to keep your why you started. in front of your eyes, like whether it be in your heart, like you wake up to it and you're like, this is why I'm doing this every day. This is why. I really had like a plan of how I was going to talk about things, but I'm just kind of like I said, I was going to be all over the place, but being at home with my baby girl is extremely important to me because and like this is just hard for me in general because, you know, like growing up, I'm an only child. Growing up, my mom, she is like classic old school, like traditional Korean woman who doesn't like show her emotions. Like if she shows her emotions, she's weak. So I grew up with that. And then I grew up with my dad who, when they struggled a lot when I was growing up. So like he just tried to make everything seem like it was okay. And so like I've just that's how I grew up. I just show that everything's okay. Everything's good. There's nothing going on. We're fine. But it's not always like that. And I have to be more willing to talk about things and be more willing to open up. And this is me opening up. Growing up, my dad was in the Army. We moved around a lot. They struggled financially. And so both my mom and dad had to work, and, parents work. I get that. But when I was in the first or second grade, both my parents are working late, and I had 3 different babysitters that I would bounce around to. And I remember one night they had to work so late. I was at one of the babysitters' house, and I had to sleep on the couch downstairs. And their family's upstairs, and I'm downstairs. And I just remember crying and just looking out the window and just wishing my mom and dad were there. I just wanted to be with them. And then, another thing that just has really stuck with me, at this point, we live in Korea, and on base, there's apartment buildings, and we lived in a 5-story apartment building. It's all stairs, no elevator, something like that. And right across the street from our building, there's a playground that's connected to the school. And, my parents are both working, and I'm out in the playground with my, friends, and I think I was in the 4th grade, and I fell and I hurt my ankle. I couldn't walk. And it gets dark and everybody has to go home. Well, I was stuck out in that playground in the dark. And I just remember wishing that, because my parents had to work, they weren't there to get me. And I had to crawl from the playground across the street, up the stairs, 5 stories up the stairs, and call my dad. And I know this might sound oh, okay, but I never want my baby girl to feel alone. And I felt alone, and I never want her to feel that way. And that's why so important for me to show up, because I feel like if I don't show up, then I might put her in a situation where she might feel alone. And I don't ever want that for her. And so, yes, seasons are hard, and seasons are going to bring us down and make us just sometimes want to quit. And, but you should never let a season ever be more strong or stronger than why you started. And if it is stronger than why you started, then maybe you should reevaluate why you're doing this. But I know y'all are all strong and capable and worthy, and I might not always be present in chats, and I might not always be present on social, but I want to see every single one of you succeed, and I don't want any one of y'all to ever have anything go any of you guys to go through anything and feel like that season is more important than why you started, because it's not. Yeah, I think that's it.
No, I love that so much. And I know kind of the behind the scenes about what's going on, and it amazes me, honestly, Jesse, just how determined you are to make this happen. Like, you show up regardless. And this is what I mean by sometimes we have to like take a step back from the chats and take a step back from just being super like available, right? And we have to take the time that we need to be in the season that we're at. But no matter what, you show up for your business. Because we all came here, you guys, to change our lives. There was about 6 months, 6 or 8 months of my business when I was 12K, running from 4K or 40K. And I stayed at 12K for like 13 months, for a long time. It was hard. My ex threatened me with a gun. We were going through custody battle. I was trying to figure out, like, did I need to go back to work? Because at that time it was COVID and I was bartending and bars were closed and it was insane. We were living in a studio apartment where none of us could breathe. And honestly, it was a lot. And I had to take a moment and say, this is my selfish season. I have to take a step back from my team. But those of you that are still with me from that season, like Becky will say, she's not on here right now, she's been my A1 day one. She will say the best way you led us was by leading by example. No matter what, I still fucking showed up. Sorry, Jessica. No matter what, because I knew that those circumstances, that life that I was in, that season was either going to turn into the rest of my life, or I was going to get so freaking determined to show up no matter what for my business and myself, and really heal and take moments that I needed for me and to reconnect with my kids. And if I gave up, guess what? That literally would have been the moment that determined my whole entire life. I'd never be able to get back up, because I joined this business to change our lives. No season, you guys, no season is worth giving up on what you came here to do, because every single season that you go through is temporary. And I know that it sucks and it hurts and it's hard and we feel broken and we're depressed and we just feel like, I don't freaking know how I can anymore. But you need to remember that it is temporary. How long are you going to allow temporary seasons to determine your futures? Your business has to be the one thing that you keep. What is the word I'm looking for? That you keep non-negotiable. That's not the word I'm looking for, but it's the only word coming to my brain. It has to be the one thing that you're going to show up for regardless, you guys, because I'm telling you, this business works. You guys all know my story. You guys know this business works. And it took a long time, you guys. I didn't start making money like that actually, I could actually afford to be at home all the time until March. That's almost 2 years of everyday grinding, no matter what. You're telling me that you're not willing to hustle through and bare knuckle it down for your business for 2 years if it means you can be at home receiving 4-figure paychecks? Come on. You're worth more than that. Your future, your dream, your life, your freedoms. All of us are here pretty much because we don't want to work for somebody else. We don't want to miss out on the moments. We don't want to struggle. We don't want to have to worry about how we're going to pay for diapers. We don't want to worry about how we're going to put food on the table. We don't want to check our bank account every 2 seconds. And we want to show other women that there's another way. But it's not handed to us overnight. And it's not handed to us. It's not handed to us. period. It's not handed to us. It's something that we have to work for and through. And part of that is sometimes taking a selfish season. And that's okay, you guys. I don't want you guys to feel guilty for that. I want you to talk to me and tell me what's going on, because I want to be able to be there and support you guys when you guys are going through things. But do not feel bad if you have to take a little bit to step back and spend time with your family and whatever it is you're going through. But show up for your dream and show up for your business, you guys. It's a non-negotiable. Where do you want to be in 6 months, a year, 2 years from now? Where do you want to be? Do you want to be sitting on the same couch doing the same thing with the same people and the same feelings and the same emotions and the same worries? No. Keep that at the forefront of your day. You guys, I'm serious. You will get through it. Whatever you're going through, you're gonna get through it. And guess what? Probably something else will kick you in your ass, because that's just the way life goes.
Ain't that the truth?
It's just the way it goes. I was talking to another promoter, a girl on our team who's not on here right now, but she said, I just can't seem to pick myself up. I can't seem, it seems like everything's so heavy right now, and there's no time for anything. I have time for everybody else, but there's no time for me, and I don't know what it is. And I said to her, I said a few things to her, but I want to share this with you guys. I told her what I did, and this is what I did, you guys. I decided. It's literally a switch of a button. Okay. It's not me, does not mean that it's perfect or easy, or it's not going to take some redirecting from yourself and being intentional on your thoughts and your motives for that day. Right. It doesn't mean that. But when you decide, I am so determined. I am not letting anything stop me. You put your head down, and when something knocks you down, you get back up. Something knocks you down, you get back up. And you do that again and again and again and again, and you don't stop getting back up. And guess what? As long as you're working on this, and as long as you're working on this every single day, you guys, all this stuff is set in place for us to grow, for us to heal, for us to connect. All of it's set in place. If you're doing those things, you guys, you're going to get back up one day and be like, dang, I got this. I freaking got this. Because practice makes perfect. Anything can be thrown at me. It doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt. It doesn't suck. It's not difficult, but I'm like, whatever, I'm going to get through this. I'm going to keep going. I might take a step back from the chat for the day or 2 days, but then I'm back at it, because nothing is going to stand in my way. Nothing. No temporary situation, no temporary anything, because whether it feels like it or not, guys, everything that we're going through is temporary. It can be forever if you let it. It can be. Your bad mood can turn into a bad week, can turn into a bad month and a bad life. But we have the authority over that. It's about taking that power back and deciding nothing is gonna stop me. Nothing. I literally just got chills all over my body. Every single one of you that power is already in there. Take it back and decide nothing's going to stop you. Hit the ground running every single day as hard as you can. Sometimes you may jog, sometimes you may walk. But I know you have it in you guys. You guys are here. Our team, you guys, like, I can't tell you how many people have come to me and said, your team is special. I'm like, I know they are. But it's true, you guys. We've been through a lot, and we have compassion and the ability to impact so many lives. Literally just got chills again. So many lives because of our stories, our past, our resilience. We have the impact, you guys. We just got to work through our own shit and get to running. But I love you guys. I wish I need to read what everybody said. Let me stop recording. And one of y'all are going to have to tell me how to upload this.